Assalamu alaikum, listeners. I hope you are doing well, and I would like to welcome you all to our new episode of Mohsin, my mentor. Today, our mentor is Mr. Faraz Bandukda. Faraz is a very renowned profession in the field of Islamic finance. I would like to welcome Faraz. Assalamu alaikum, Faraz.
Walaikum assalam. How are you, Mohsin?
I'm doing very well. Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, all good. All good at my end.
Great. So, Faraz, I know you for so long. I would like you to introduce to our audience, uh, like based on your profession as well as our friendship as well. But for our audience, I would request you to please share your academic and professional background. How did you start your journey, and where are you standing currently, please?
Thank you very much, Mohsin, for having me on this podcast. And I hope that this becomes a good source of inspiration for youngsters. So, my name is
Mhm,
Faraz Bandukda, and
mhm,
I currently am the chief executive at Al Hilal Sharia Advisors, and there is another company called Al Hilal Securities Advisors. So
mhm.
I'm leading both these companies, and I am one of the shareholders in both these companies as well.
Great.
Going back to my education, I did my bachelor's in computer science from a university called FAST National University in Pakistan. Uh, After doing my bachelor's, I went on to do my master's. I did my MBA from IBA Karachi Institute of Business Administration,
Mm-hmm.
and it is the place where I got to know about Islamic finance, Islamic banking, and even before entering my educational journey, I was known that interest is haram in Islam and it's prohibited. So going towards an interest-based financial institution was always a no-go area for me. But having said that, I was always inclined towards finance. I loved numbers. I loved financial techniques, financial engineering. So finance was the line for me, and I always was perplexed that how would I join a financial institution which deals in interest? So Alhamdulillah, Allah has been very great. Allah provided me with the opportunity to learn about Islamic finance, and I got my first job in a company called Al Mizan Investments. It was a dream job for me. I was working in the research and product development department, and then joined the Sharia compliance department as well. I worked there for around 4.5 years, and then decided to start my own venture, which is now called Al Hilal Sharia Advisors. I saw a gap in the market that a lot of financial institutions required Sharia advisory services. A lot of individuals, retail investors required Sharia advisory services with respect to their investment portfolios. So began this venture, and today, Alhamdulillah, 14 years down the lane, we are a company of around 42 people, and Alhamdulillah, Pakistan's first Sharia advisory company, Pakistan's first Islamic securities advisory company. We do Sharia advisory services for a lot of corporate clients, including the asset management company, the brokerage industry, real estate management trust, and a lot of corporates. Over the last 3 years, Pakistan saw issuance of around 85 to 90 sukuk, of
Mm-hmm.
which 75 sukuk was structured by Al Hilal Sharia Advisors. So, Alhamdulillah,
Wow.
we are the market leaders there. We do investment management as well. We provide both corporates and retail investors with different investment opportunities, and all under the Sharia compliant mandate. So, apart from my formal education at the university level in my professional career, I also pursued my CFA charter. So I'm a CFA
Mm-hmm.
charter holder, and I did my certification in Islamic banking and finance from Jamia Darul Uloom Karachi.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from my professional activity at Al Hilal, I enjoy teaching as well. And I currently am teaching undergrads and graduate level studies at KSBL, Karachi School of Business and Leadership. And I've also taught at IBA and different universities in Pakistan.
Wow. It's a huge amount of experience, Faraz. So, Faraz, for a layman, if we consider the difference between the term called Islamic finance and conventional financing, what's the difference? What do we say that? How would you define Islamic finance?
Okay. First of all, we need to understand what financial intermediation is. So there
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of people in the economy. There are individuals, there are corporates, there are government entities, there are different institutions who have excess liquidity. They always have excess amount of cash flow, excess liquidity available, and they want to place it somewhere so that it does not remain idle and they earn on that amount of money. And at the same time, there are a lot of people in the economy who require liquidity, who are short on cash flows, who require liquidity to expand their business, who require liquidity for personal finance and anything. So, people who have excess liquidity and people who require liquidity, the financial intermediation or financial institution's job is to create a bridge between the two. And what happens is that when people have excess liquidity, you cannot give it to anyone available. So you need to have trustworthy financial institutions who would channelize your savings, your excess liquidity to those who are in need of that amount of money.
Okay.
So what the formal financial institutions of the last 500 years have done is they came up with these institutions who are trustworthy. People trust them that they will do their risk mitigation, their credit checks, and everything, and give money to people. But the problem is that they are giving out money based on interest-based loans. And
Okay.
as you know, that in our religion, Islam, interest-based loans, interest is prohibited. So
Yes.
it's very, very clearly stated in the Quran that Allah has prohibited interest and permitted trade. So
Yes.
interest is always a no-go area. And when you define interest, it is generally the excess amount of money that you get over and above a loan transaction. Whenever you give out loan to someone, and if you charge a higher amount on that loan, that additional amount is called interest, and that is prohibited. So
Perfect.
a lot of people, a lot of people in Pakistan and in global Muslim world, everybody was of the opinion that this is not allowed, and a lot of people in the Muslim world were away from financial services. They were not using financial institutions, and they always wanted to channelize their savings, their liquidity, and a lot of people wanted liquidity. So, a lot of financial experts and Sharia scholars, they came up with the idea to establish Islamic financial institutions. So what Islamic
Mhm.
financial institutions do is that they also channelize liquidity. They take money from people who have access liquidity and they give to people who want liquidity, but they don't do loan-based transactions. They don't do interest-based transactions. They do partnership-based transactions or they do trading-based transactions where they buy goods and services, they sell at a higher price to make profit to others who are in requirement of those goods and services for their business or for personal needs. Or they, for example, I would like to cite an example that you, for example, Mohsin Edi wants to start a new venture and is in
Mhm.
requirement of money. So you can either go to a bank and take an interest-based loan, or you can go to an Islamic financial institution or some Sharia conscious investor and ask for a partnership-based structure where you say that the investor can become a partner in your venture and he or she also shares the risks with you and of course share the returns. So there is no fixed interest. If your venture performs really well, the investor also earns a very, very good amount. If your venture does not perform well, the investor also loses and you also lose. So it's more of an equitable form of finance and ethical finance where one party's gain is not dependent on other party's loss. What you do is that both of you share the risks and both of you share the returns as well. So Islamic finance is primarily avoiding interest and engaging into trading profits or rental profits or profits based on business structures like partnerships. So this is just a brief introduction of what conventional finance does and how Islamic finance is eliminating interest from those transactions.
Wow, that's a pretty great description, even though that's a simple one, but for a layman, that's enough for what can be. helpful in kind of a differentiation between the conventional financing as well as when we compare it with the Islamic finance. So, for us, from the youngsters' perspective, we know there are huge amount of youngsters, those who are graduating from universities and they want to pursue the career in finance. They are looking forward for professional like yourself to seek the guidance. How should they craft their careers when we talk about the Islamic finance, as you have done yourself as well? For youngsters, how would you advise them? Should they start with any specific certification to build their understanding around this, or any other route which you would like to advise them?
Okay, first of all, I would suggest that in Pakistan, in Malaysia, in Turkey, in the Middle East, even as well now, the bachelor's program where you are studying business studies or accounting and finance, they all have introduced courses for Islamic finance. So if you are a
Hmm.
finance graduate, if you are an accounting and finance, or even a business graduate, management graduate, you are there to study Islamic finance. So in Pakistan, usually they are now offering 2 to 3 courses in the bachelor's program. Turkey is offering 2 courses. Malaysia is offering, I guess, 3 or 4 courses. Uh, Universities in Middle East have also started offering courses for Islamic finance. So
Okay.
that's the basic building point where you get the introduction to Islamic finance. You can specialize in Islamic investment management or Islamic banking. Even there are now courses available for Islamic insurance, which is called Takaful. But if you
Okay.
want to pursue even higher studies, then there are institutions across the world. There are certifications available across the globe where you can study Islamic finance and excel. In Pakistan, there are institutions like Prime University in Pakistan, IBA, Institute of Business Administration. They have a full-fledged master's program in Islamic banking and finance. There is another one with IM Sciences Peshawar. There's a program in LUMS, Lahore University of Management Sciences. And if you go for global international certifications, so the ACCA has recently started a certification for Islamic finance. There's another institute, Global Accounting Institute called CIMA, CIMS, I
Yes.
guess. It's certified management accountant. I don't remember the
Yeah.
exact name.
Cost and management
Cost
accounting. Yeah.
and management accounting, yes. So SEMA has a very good program for Islamic finance. It's three-tier program with three-tier charter for them. Then there is an institution called AAOIFI, Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institutions,
Yeah.
that's based out from Bahrain. So they have this program called CIFP, Certified Islamic Finance Practitioner. And there's
Hmm.
another program for certified Sharia auditor as well. So there are several certifications. You first need to identify the line of Islamic finance, the field of Islamic finance when you want to pursue your career. It can be core Islamic banking, it can be Sharia audits, it can be Sharia compliance, it can be Islamic investment management, it can be Islamic insurance, and there are certifications available. But I would suggest that before going for these certifications, youngsters should try and find out internship opportunities in these organizations which are providing Islamic financial services. And there are several opportunities available in the market. Just to add one more thing, in Pakistan, currently, based on the directive of the Supreme Court of Pakistan and the regulations of the State Bank of Pakistan, all the banks are required to convert their conventional banking system to Islamic banking system in the next 3 years. So they are looking for human resources in finance, in marketing, in administration, in general business, in accounting, in everything, in every field of life. They are looking for resources. And they are providing training services, they are providing certifications to these people in Islamic banking. So, if you want to pursue your career in Islamic finance and you are currently in the undergraduate or graduate program or in an accounting education, professional education, you can search for opportunities, internship opportunities, or full time career opportunities in these organizations, Islamic banks, Islamic asset management, Islamic insurance company, they are on hiring spree at this point. And further, they are giving certifications, they are doing in-house training, they are providing outsourced trainings, and they are doing providing scholarships for capacity building in master's program of different universities worldwide. So if you are eager to join Islamic Finance, there are several opportunities available for you.
Great. And you have rightly pointed out that there are different areas, like
Mhm.
uh, definitely from the regulatory perspective as well. Regulators are also hiring. Correct me if
Yes.
I'm wrong. Across the globe, I also follow a few of the institutions, so we can see that even in Middle East, even in Malaysia, even in Pakistan, in Turkey, in all the areas, like there is a state bank existence. When we look at SECP, they are also hiring as well because they need then auditors. Then even in profession like chartered accountants, they are also these big audit firms, the Big Four and all the others. Yeah, they do have specialized areas as well. I don't think they have audit department, or do they have separate audit department? Uh, or they come to organizations like yourself.
Yes, apart from, okay, so there are different opportunities available. There are financial institutions, the large financial institutions, they are doing this conversion or Islamic banking or Islamic compliance and everything by themselves. There are mid-tier organizations, there are small organizations which are outsourcing a lot of stuff to several management consultancy services like ourselves. There are outsourcing it to chartered accountant firms, to management accounting firms, to consultants, to even there is a lot of requirement for legal advisors specializing in Islamic finance. So there is a lot of scope going on, and
Mhm.
it's not only the financial institutions who are hiring and providing training services. There are companies like ourselves, there are regulators, the State Bank of Pakistan, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. Just to quote in on worldwide context, the Malaysian regulator is doing a very good job towards capacity building and hiring of resources from all over the world. And then there are countries which are non-Muslim countries but have good sizable Muslim population, and there are other non-Muslim countries with low Muslim population, but they are so much globalized countries that they within the country provide services globally to a lot of Muslim populations around the world. Countries like Singapore, countries like the UK, the USA, they are providing these services. So they are also on the lookout for hiring people in Islamic finance across the globe. So there is an institution called Securities and Investment Institute in the UK, which is
Mhm.
its globally renowned Islamic finance qualification. It's called IFQ. The Islamic finance qualification of SII is very renowned and a credible certification to have on your portfolio of resume if you want to pursue Islamic finance in the global world.
Wow. So now this uh, this area of specialization as an Islamic finance is getting worldwide recognition, and you have mentioned so many different institutions that any youngster who would like to pursue their career, they can uh, get any certification as well and get themselves affiliated. As you have pointed out, I'm going to move towards the conclusion of our podcast, and I would
Mhm.
like you to please endorse the importance of the practical aspect, as you have mentioned here as well, that one should do internships. First, associate themselves with some of the institutions so that they could learn from that and then craft their specialized area. So, do you also believe that yes, practical understanding is more important, and then you should uh, accommodate all these certifications with your learning?
Yes, I would suggest that you pursue your formal education first. You get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree from a recognized university, institution, anywhere in the world. Or if
Hmm.
you are pursuing professional academics like chartered accountancy or an ACCA or a CIMA or something like that, pursue that. They are teaching basics of Islamic finance everywhere, so you get to learn those. And then look out for internships. in the area of Islamic finance, and especially in the area of specialization that you want to work with. Once you are into an Islamic financial institution or a support function that is providing services to Islamic finance, you start to learn new things. You get the idea of the specialization that you want to do. It's not always necessary that you join an Islamic financial institution, let's suppose in the accounting department, but you there get to know that I am more suitable for treasury, so you make your way towards that department. Once you are settled there in next 1.5, 2 years, and you've gained professional experience, practical experience from the seniors, you have learned the tricks of the trade, then it's the ideal time to go for certifications, on job certifications. Then you have these diplomas in Islamic finance, these postgraduate diplomas are available, these Islamic finance qualifications, certifications of SEMA or AOFE or IBSE, they are available. So these can be pursued with your professional career. You work in the mornings, you work in the afternoons, and you can pursue these self-study programs as well as classroom evening. So majority of the professionals around the world do it like this. They enhance their on the go along with their professional careers. So that careers and professional experience adds more value to your resume as compared to a certification. But yes, both are so it's like a complementary thing that you add professional experience along with certifications on your resume, and that will benefit you in the long run.
Wow, that's again, uh, I'm really thankful to you. That's well acknowledged that how you have defined different certifications, different area of specialization in Islamic finance, and in the end, you have endorsed that there is important need for you to learn as a youngster from different institutions. There are various career opportunities available in the market as well. And from the North American and European perspective, since I'm a graduate of uh, uh, University of London as well, and I can see in the North American region as well, there is intensive amount of demand coming from the Sharia compliant instruments. There are various wealth management institutions and regulators, those who are in need of these professions. They have their own specialized wing for all such products pertaining to Sharia compliant products. There are demand for this as well. And because of the increasing number of Muslim population across the globe, we do have all these areas specialization. Thanks a lot, Faraz, for your time. And I truly appreciate your guidance, your time, because this channel is being made for mentors to share their experience. Youngsters are looking forward to seek guidance from professionals like yourself. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you very much for having me here and giving me the opportunity to introduce Islamic finance to your audience.
Great. Take care,
Thank you. Okay, have a
listeners.
good day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Faraz.
Thank you.
Take care, listeners. See you next episode. Bye for now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Maalaikum Salam.